The term endpoint virtualization is kind of a catch-all phrase that refers to any technology that abstracts the end-user experience from the physical hardware that actually delivers that experience. For instance, it abstracts the desktop from the PC. It also refers to technologies like software as a service and application streaming. To get a better idea of the costs of endpoint virtualization, I spoke with Andi Mann. Andi is the VP of Research at Enterprise Management Associates. Andi, thanks for speaking with us today.
Hi James, it's a pleasure to be here.
Okay, now many people say that endpoint virtualization is seriously expensive. I mean, you need to add servers, storage, maybe LAN and WAN devices. Is this true? I mean, what did your research find about costs?
Look, it can be expensive, there's no doubt about that, because all of what you said is true. If you're moving, for example, all the server, all the compute power of the distributed desktop environment back into the server, you're probably going to have to invest in some pretty significant power there, and the storage as well. But there's a lot of technologies which will help you do that. To start with, you're using more efficiently the hardware that you've got. You know, if you think about a desktop being over only 15% utilized, if you pack desktops onto a server, you can get to 60, 70, 80% utilized. So you're getting efficiency gains. But more importantly, the end users that we've surveyed, and this is from the research that we put out, they tend to get return on investment. We asked, have you had a real and measurable reduction in the cost of managing and providing desktops and applications? And 71% said, yes, we have. Mm-hmm. Interestingly, we sort of looked a little bit deeper. We wanted to find out how big that saving was. It's not phenomenal, but it's significant. 17% cost saving on average. Now, if you've got a project that's going to return you 17% cost saving, for the most part, that's going to be pretty worthwhile doing. So, yes, it can be expensive up front. There's no doubt about that. But typically, the users we've seen are actually finding that they're getting return on investment.
Okay, so where are the cost savings coming from, and what sort of line items are being shaved?
Yeah, there's the first area that we're seeing really strong cost saving from, and again, this is from the research, end users have told us that hardware costs are the biggest cost saving. That makes a lot of sense. The typical VDI style, especially where you're serving compute environments from a data center, doesn't require a high-powered PC at the endpoint. So it doesn't require a costly PC at the endpoint. You can get away with thin clients, which tend to be very inexpensive compared to a significant desktop machine. The other thing is you can extend the life cycle of existing hardware. So even if you're, for example, going to Windows 7, you can actually use a legacy PC, because all of this is a display device at that point. Requires some little intelligence at the endpoint, but really it's just doing a display. The other areas we've found cost savings in order are software and administration. I mean, the software side, when you've got things like virtual applications, it's really easy to harvest applications that people aren't using. So if someone's got a copy of Visio on their desktop or Photoshop or something like that, that they just wanted for a one-off use case, as an administrator, you can see how long they've not been using it for, take it away from them and put that license somewhere else. You don't have to buy new licenses. You also can just really easily track the licenses you're using. So you can go back to your software vendors and go, look, we're only using X, not X plus of this license, and renegotiate those contracts with a real accurate understanding of what you're using. The administration cost is also very significant, the saving there. The big one is actually provisioning and so forth, provisioning and maintenance. You end up managing just one or two template images, even for thousands of users. So you're changing the paradigm of management from one-to-one, where each administrator has to manage each desktop individually, to a one-to-many, where each administrator can manage many desktops from just that single image. And of course, if you don't have to go and do desk-side visits, then you can use those administrators. Desk-side visit to fix a problem could take days with travel time. If that person can fix the problem just from their server-based location, from the data center, then you're saving a huge amount of productivity there as well. So the big ones, hardware saving, software savings, and admin and management support cost savings.
Thanks, Andi. Thanks for speaking with us today.
Hey, James, it's been a pleasure. This is a really cool experience. I really enjoyed it.
Great.